So, parallel lines in triangles cut triangles proportionally. So if this is a 3:5 ratio on this side would be a 3:5 ratio. Now, if we're told this whole side is 9.6, well, then we got to figure out what each part is. So we could put an X right here and go, well, if I go this way, 3 over X, what would I put over 9.6? If I go 3 over X, what would I put over 9.6? 8, exactly. Because you have to have this whole side. So this part over this part equals this whole side over this whole side. Then it's just an easy peasy little thing to solve. 3 times 9.6 is 18.8. All right. 28.8. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Divide by 8. Divide by 8. X equals 3.6. So if this is 3.6 and this is 9.6, well, this one must be 6. Okay? And that's solving triangles proportionally. Okay? That's called the side splitter theorem. Because if you have parallel lines, it splits the sides proportionally. Okay? Each side is split proportionally. Okay? So we good with that? That's the side splitter theorem. Side splitter, if you tell a really funny joke, it's called a side splitter. Well, this isn't a real funny joke, no. But it is a side splitter theorem. Okay. You'll have a problem show up like this on your homework. This, you just, there's a couple different ways to do it, but you just kind of have to take the triangle as a whole and start adding up numbers. So if you want to figure out what X is, okay, if we take this whole big triangle as a whole, this whole side is 12 plus X. This whole side is 16 plus X plus 2 or 18 plus X, right? Now if we take just a little part up here, we take just a little part, we've got 9 and 12. So if I put this over this and this over this, I have my proportion I need. Right, Charles? Yes. Stay awake here. I know you eat lunch and it's like, oh, Miss Beersbach's voice can put me to sleep. But you can't quite go to sleep yet. So 12 over 18 plus X equals 9 over 12 plus X. Okay? So cross multiply. 9 times 18. I think that's like 329. 9 times X is 9X equals 12 times 12 is 144. 12 times X is 12X. Is 9 times 18 329? Wow, I was off. Ooh, I'm such a bad person at math. All right. Now, what do I move first? The 162, the 9X, the 144, the 12X? 9X. Subtract 9X. You move your smaller variable first. So 162 equals 144 plus 3X. Subtract 144. So 3X is equal to 18. Divide by 3. X equals 6. Let's see if that looks like it makes sense. If this is 6, then this would be 8. 3 and 6, 4 and 8. Looks like it makes sense. Okay? Then you got to find Y and Z. Okay? So let's find Y and Z. Y is the bottom of that little triangle up top. So you've got the bottom of this triangle, and you know the bottom of the big old triangle. So if this is y and this is 30, if you got 12 on this side and we figured out x was 6, then that makes this whole side 24, right? So if you go 12 over 24 for the little triangle up here where y is a part of, over the whole big triangle, 24 equals y over the whole big triangle, 30. This little part over this whole side equals this little part over this whole side. Okay? Little over big, little over big. Then just cross multiply. 24x equals 12 times 30 is 360 divided by 24 is 15. Ooh, that's a y, not an x. Come on, Mr. Bierschbach. Y equals 15. Then z is part of the medium-sized triangle. Z. This side's 16. We know the side is 64 for the big one. 64. 24 for the big one. So I do just put 16 over z and 24 over 30 and just cross multiply again. Okay? So we can do that, right? It's just dividing up parts. What's easier is when they're just, come on, come back. When they're set up like this, where it's 16, 18 is down here, 24 up here, and we got to find this. So you can go across this way, or you could go down this way. Either way of setting up the proportions, fine. 16 over x, 24 over 18. And just cross multiply and solve. Okay? All right. Now the corollary to the side splitter theorem is you don't even need a triangle. If you have three parallel lines and lines crossing through it, this over this equals this over this. Or this over this equals this over this. You can do it either way. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So here's an example. A reflecting pool is separated by walkways parallel to Lincoln Street and Jefferson Street, which are parallel to each other. So they have to tile around the pool. So how much tiling goes here? How much tiling goes here? Okay. So if we put this over this, what would I do with the 24 and 72? So if we go x over 60, we go 24 over 72. And we just cross multiply and solve again. Oh, let's just do this one really quick here. So it's 72x equals 60 times 24 is 0, 4, carry the 2, 1440, divided by 72 equals 20. And then you could go 24 over 60 equals y over 72. And we're good, right? And just solve it. You guys can solve proportions. Okay, the other one that we're doing today is the angle bisector one. So if you have an angle bisector, it splits the third side proportionally. So this over this should equal this over this. So if this is x and this whole side's 13, what's left for this would be 13 minus x. So this over this equals this over this. So 16 over 13 minus x equals 10 over x. So let's cross multiply. 16x equals 10 times 13 minus x. So 16x equals 130 minus 10x, and add 10x. So 26x equals 130, and divide by 26. X equals 5. Okay? What's your proportion you'd set up for this one, Nikita? What over what equals what over what? Nope. 7 over x I'll go with. Yep, I'll go 7 over x equals 2 over 3.5. You can do it that way, or you could set up 7 over 2 equals x over 3.5. Either way, you're still multiplying the same numbers times each other. The 2 is times the x and the 7 times the 3.5. So 2x equals, I don't know what 7 times 3.5 is. 24.5? And if we divide by 2, we get 12.25. Okay. All right. So that's the basics of what we're doing. Your assignment's out there. Go. For those of you who didn't finish what we were doing before, get that done. So you have almost a half hour, 26, 27 minutes to work on this.
Is that right? If you
Nope, that breaks down more.
Yeah, 16 goes to 4, right?
No, 16 stays. 12 goes to 4 and 3. So if you would start out with a bigger number than 256, what's 256 times 4 on your calculator?
1024.
See if 1024 goes in evenly to that. Yep. So it's the square root of 1024, square root of 3, and then break that one down.